Hey guys, welcome back. It's that time of the week once again. It's the Reversal Roundup, and I'm your host, Logan Sama. Every week right here on Reversal, I travel around the four corners of the FGC globe to bring you the biggest, the best, and the most out there tournaments from the last 7 days. We've got some great events to bring you, but wow, it's a month down already. We're approaching February, and boy, time flies when you're having fun, and you guys have definitely been having fun. Thank you so much for all of the feedback you've been leaving us, all the engagement. The numbers have been going up as well. Thank you for the follows on the social media, and of course all of the subscribers right here on YouTube. Thank you everybody who's been leaving their comments, liking, and of course sharing the content that we've been making. I promise we've got so many more amazing large-scale projects coming for you in 2023. So keep getting involved, keep your eyes and your ears open, and you'll definitely get some great surprises as the years go on. Right, let's not hold you up any further and get into some of these great events. Let's check out the first one. The Orange Esports Experience Finals in Abidjan in the Ivory Coast is pretty much the African finals, with qualifiers on multiple games being run across the continent. Every game had representatives from 14 countries, including the Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Madagascar, Morocco, Egypt, Ghana, and more, competing on a number of different titles from FIFA, eFootball, and Street Fighter V. Luffy was an invited special guest there on commentary for the tournament, but also played members of the local FGC on stage in exhibition matches. And just to show how electric the atmosphere was, the entire crowd erupted when Mark McMasters, a local Ken player, took a game off Luffy. But the tournament itself was just as crazy, with 8 players each representing their respective country. Top 3 ended up with Morocco's Frieza taking 3rd, and a grand finals which saw Lord Nock, who played multiple characters throughout the tournament, Luke, Cody and Alex, versus Cameroon's La Vitesse. Starting grand finals with Urian and finishing it off with Abigail. With a pretty obvious home turf boost, Lord Nock becomes the champion of Africa after a tense 3-2 win in grand finals that had the entire crowd on their seat. And it seemed like everyone was on stage to celebrate this big win for not only Lord Nock, but also Ivory Coast. After the incredible action of Street Fighter League Japan's grand finals happening offline in the last couple of weeks, action is still fierce as Japan gets ready for Capcom Cup. And this week saw esports battle in Okinawa as pro players fought out over a $10,000 prize pool. There were a number of notable professional players involved, such as Kudo, who is now back in Japan, Ryusei, Itazan and Yamaguchi. It was Fudo who managed to get the win in winners final, beating out Kakeru's Luke. In losers final, it was a huge result for Yosan's Jury, who managed to eliminate John Takeuchi. But ultimately, it was Kakeru with the Luke that did earn the place back in grand finals after getting the losers finals win. And despite taking Fudo to a 5th game in the first set, it was Fudo that managed to close it out, denying the reset, and bags himself a cool 1 million yen.
Esports Battle in Okinawa 2023優勝はクードとなりました。おめでとうございます。
Game Impact is the first event of a new series hosted by Kayane in Argenteuil, her hometown. In a large venue, she hosted 2 tournaments for Tekken 7 and Dragon Ball FighterZ. On DBFZ, there was one man who was on a mission. Yasha, determined to win, not even dropping combos when the PS4 itself interrupted him. After getting eliminated earlier at his last tournament by Wade, he took his revenge in winners finals 3-0. Wade then came back after winning losers finals to Jun Nago 2-0 for the run back. But it was Yasha who closed out the grand final set 3-2
que Wade malheureusement n'aura pas réussi à remontada.
Yasha, who is already qualified to the World Finals, and Wade, who will be at the LCQ, both look in great form. Tekken was a LEZF qualifier, and you could expect some of the very best to be there to try and claim their spot. Jod once again made a great run with his Nina, sending El Nindo in losers 2-0. He fell to Super Akuma in winners finals, however, 3-1, and was sent down to face El Nindo again, and in the run back in losers finals, he lost 3-1 as well. Grand finals ended up being Super Akuma facing El Nindo, and unfortunately for Master Raven, Akuma is still too good, winning once again 3-1 in grand finals. Tyrant's online WarriorZ series kicked off its first week of regular tournament action with some of Europe's best Dragon Ball fighters attending, such as Yasha, Kasuga, Plug, and Junanago. There were more killers involved, filling out a 30-man bracket. The competition was tough and saw a number of upsets, with arguably France's strongest player, Yasha, taking the victory overall. But the talk of the tournament was Belgium's Girozen, who, despite falling to Yasha in the grand finals, put on an incredible performance with his unconventional Gotenks and Zamasu team, putting on an incredible show, optimizing every single combo and dealing out insane damage and even some TODs. As Dragon Ball FighterZ Online WarriorZ is a bi-weekly event, it will be back next week, with this week featuring Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And if you want to see that, tune into Tyrant's Twitch on Thursdays to watch it live or catch the VODs on his YouTube channel.
This guy is going in with Zamasu TOD.
Clash of Champions, the European Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Online League, kicked off its 4th edition last week, being hosted in Majin Tenshin's Twitch channel, which will be held, of course, on the latest patch. The 7-man invitational with round-robin format will see 7 weeks of action, with first to 7 sets held each time between some of Europe's finest Grand Blue players. That's a lot of 7s. Switzerland's Mr. Pau has returned to defend his COC3 title, as well as COC2 winner Svampen and the inaugural winner Dragoi. So competition is sure to be intensely fierce as we move towards the Grand Blue vs. Rising update. This week's action saw Mr. Pau defeat Dudakov with Matetra, Svampen defeat Sonic Sun using Zeta, and Fitizen beat Zavade with Percival. Stay tuned, because we'll be bringing you more Clash of Champions 4 updates in the coming weeks. Grand Slam happened this past week in Japan. The Smash Ultimate event saw over 250 entrants meet and battle it out for domination, but it was Jogibu who won the tournament with Falcon. This was his first tournament win in an event over 64 players, let alone over 256 in the bracket. Jogibu managed to win out over Mia in winners finals and Tsubaki in grand finals. Tsubaki with his Joker made an incredible losers run after being sent to the losers bracket very early on. To Jogibu, he won 7 sets in a row to make it back to grand finals, but unfortunately couldn't get the job done, and Jogibu closed it out and took the win. It looks like Japan is starting the year strong with a bunch of tournaments happening this past week alone. We're going to take a look now at Delta 2, which happened in the Red Bull Gaming Sphere in Tokyo. Without losing a set and double eliminating Shuton in winners finals and grand finals, it was Atelier with his Wolf and Pokemon trainer that was the winner of this event. And as we've come to expect from these Japanese tournaments, we got our usual character specialist with a breakout performance. This time it was Neo, the Korean player, losing early to Atelier and then making a massive losers run, winning 6 sets in a row against players of the like of Ken, Paseriman, Abadango and Gachipi, but ultimately falling short in Game 5 of the losers final against Shuton. Right now, the Smash community in Japan is preparing for Kaguribi, which is happening next week, so look out for that. That's about all the time we've got this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, we've got the Street Fighter League roundup coming later in the week, and boy, it's going to be a big one because we're giving you 3 individual videos, 2 grand finals, 1 final week of the regular season. It's all going off in Street Fighter League, so keep your eyes open and obviously make sure you sub to the channel. You get the alert as soon as that video drops. Thanks everybody who's been leaving their comments below, sharing and of course liking or just engaging in any way with the content that we're bringing you here at Reversal. You mean the world to us. Thank you so much. We're going to continue to give you the best content we can throughout 2023 and beyond. I'll be back later in the week for some Street Fighter League roundup action, but until then, take care. See you all soon.